So the market's continuing to crash here, or is a pivot coming in the near future? Let's get into it with our daily SPY analysis. Today is Monday, February 24th, 2025. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Again, we'll give out some free stuff here on the 3rd, but we're missing on shares. We're missing on comments. We got to average 50 per video. We got to average 20. I think we only had 15 on the last one for shares, and I think like 39 comments. We're getting there on likes though, so thank you guys for that. Also, by the way, new course on the 3rd, that's ready for purchase. It's on the website there, $29.99. Gonna be a couple hours. We'll just go until we can't go anymore. 5:30 p.m. next Monday. So get in on that. Anyways, let's get into it here today. So markets continuing to dip there. I lost my camera. Continuing to sell here, and we're down about 0.5% on the spiders and the Qs, and it was definitely kind of more of a traditional risk-off type day. Take a look at XLP here. Nice broadening pattern there too, but up 25 basis points on the day. In healthcare here, up 81. You also had Apple here posting a gain, and XLU was red, but it was kind of sold initially and then just kind of went sideways versus say an XLK here down 1.5. So weakness there. Russell 2000 also down 75 basis points. A lot of weakness there as well. And testing the 215 handle, which coincides with that green bar low in the weekly 50 MA. A close below this would be a humongous negative for the markets. Right now, though, no yen news, so we didn't get anything terrible over the weekend on the carry trade, which is positive. In fact, dollar yen actually positive today. But continue to watch this. I mean, if this bounces here or bear flags and then flushes down, we probably will see some serious Forex risk coming to the market. That said, the market had really a lot of excuses to rally here today, right? So we gapped up, and there was no big headline over the weekend, and we couldn't hold the gains. So definitely not a great sign for bulls here, lower high, and we kind of flushed at the end of the day. We kind of I predicted this morning that we'd see an afternoon fade. It was honestly kind of easy to see based on the fact that, one of the main reasons, honestly, is that 4 out of the last 5 weeks, 1, 2, 3, and now 4, we've had a gap down on Monday. And the dip was just relentlessly bought for 3 or 4 days. So I knew that people were going to try and buy this dip. And, you can see what happened, the result there. We had a nice 10-minute inside bar in the afternoon, and that just kind of rolled right over. So we were able to have a nice day this morning. Sold our volatility position into our nice dealer level. Told you guys last night I didn't see it going much through 20, and that was a pretty easy call right there. And picking up the lows this morning was also not that bad of a trade either. Got in at 6,005. Again, this is what I'll be giving away for free if we can get these likes up and these videos going here. Just amazing content in the active trader room, and we've just been keeping it going here all year. But either way, then getting in at 605 and kind of selling our last runner near the highs of the day here. We are bouncing tomorrow, though. Bottom line, do I see us really dumping out? Not really. I think we can maybe get down to like 595 SPY. There's always a chance we go to 590, but you got the 100 MA right there. It's certainly possible. It's not really that far away, honestly, but I don't really think we're going to go that far tomorrow. I think we'll be mostly range bound. If we take a look at the ES here, you can see here, just taking a look at like the 4-hour, you're already getting a little overdone here on an RSI, and the hourly has got kind of a triple divergent right now. No lower low yet, but I think it'll make that in the overnight or tomorrow at only a few points. So I mean, you're starting to get a little, bears getting a little overzealous here in the short term. So I think there is no matter what a squeeze coming. It's just a matter of from where and how high does it go, really, and that's really the case. I think right now this 6,100-ish area here is actionable on the sell side currently, if it were to get up there shortly. Outside of that, though, bears in control here until proven otherwise. Until that level gets taken out. That doesn't mean bulls can't wrestle short-term control back by taking over support and resistance intraday. And again, we're below a pretty key gamma level now of 6K and 600 SPY. So things are changing a little bit here. And we got a new vol regime now. New OPEX cycle to work with too. So, but I don't really see VIX getting much past 20 here unless something we get news in the overnight, something really bad happens. Yeah, it could probably go up to like 27, but that's it. So that's kind of the reason why I don't really see us going too much lower here in the short term. But right now, I don't really see us breaking out. I don't really see us breaking down either. So that's kind of where I'm at here. 590, I think will get tested at some point here, and you know, maybe even this down sloping trend line will put that back into place soon. But right now, a lot of chop, a lot of grind, and I think that's going to be kind of the theme here for quite a while. Triple Q's managing to close right at 520. We talked about that being a level intraday, and we got there this morning. By the way, this is a trader's market right now. There are so many levels to hit this morning. PLTR hit 3 times, 95, 90, and 89 gave bounces all day. DPZ, we called this one out in the pre-market, 430 to 435. What a bounce there. But yeah, this market is very good for trading. But triple Q's here, 520 handle. We'll see where that goes. There's a lot more down at 515. I just don't know if we're going to go that far tomorrow. I don't think we're really like primed to get there. You can see the divergence starting to build up there as well. Probably there on XLK. Yep, it's there on XLK too. Again, the divergence doesn't mean everything, right? You can go a lot lower before that plays out. But I think in the near term, we're kind of getting to that point. Additionally, another thing too, you might be wondering what this trend line is. It's going back to the 2023 low. It's been hit 3 times now, so it's weaker. So just be aware of that. I got a lot of questions too about the McClellan before I forget. It's getting there. It's getting oversold on the daily. So if we got flushed out really hard on the daily, it would probably give us a good bounce. The weekly though, this is why I'm cautious here. This is starting to look more like 2022, where it really just kind of got ground out and then it just kind of slowly worked off. So that's a possibility as well. I don't mean to sound too bearish here, but I don't think we're really going to break out. And if we do, I don't think it lasts all that long. I think we're going to be kind of in this set range for a little while. IWM here, yeah. So we talked about that 215. That's probably good for tomorrow. Maybe a little bit lower. Diamond here managing to scratch out again. Makes sense. It's a risk off type index. So SMH down 2.63. We got NVIDIA earnings coming up, I believe, was it Thursday? We got PCE later this week too. So that'll be big. If this comes down enough, into that, maybe they get a bid. I think a lot of the DeepSeek stuff, is the guidance is going to be priced in. So maybe it gets an initial dump and then it pumps. I'm just speculating here. But it was down quite a bit today. And what I don't like is you have 3 lower highs here. So just be careful with NVIDIA right now. IGV down 1 1/4, and got to bounce at 97.50. We'll see if we can reclaim the 200. We talked about Palantir. I think that can close the week at 100. We'll see what happens here. There's another level at about 87 or so, and then 85. You got the 50 MA. There's a gap there. Everyone's going to try and buy that gap, though. That's the only thing. Here's a point for bulls. Even though the transports were down, they finished down. They didn't take out yesterday's low, and they were green for a lot of the day. So things can't be too bad, right? And that's kind of the theme that I've been going with here. But I'm not bearish. I'm not really bullish. I think you're going to need to learn how to trade ranges. There's opportunities here for those ranges to trade. Levels are still the same on that. Interest rates today. And you can see there's that DPZ chart from earlier. What a bounce on that. Anyway, interest rates here, the 2-year lower highs here. Looks like it's about, looks like we took out that breakup bar low, so not really the greatest here, but this has been tight. We're just at parity with Fed funds, and that's hanging in there right now, and that's keeping the market, that's keeping the Fed at bay. If it starts to break down, that could be a positive for the market. Depends on how fast it's going, though. But right now, yields did back off. Another thing we called out today, this is really a trader's market here. Another thing we called out today was the TLT short at 90. And I mean, that was easy money here, right? You know, just a Pierce, good pullback there for a day trade. I don't think TLT gets much through 90 right now. And we're already seeing victory. I'm seeing a ton of victory laps from perma bond bulls who have been DCAing into this since 180. You know, because it's off the lows basically. So that's a huge victory lap, I guess. I do think it still gets to 93 though. I just don't know if it's going to happen right away. I don't think we're ready this week. We'll see. XHB down 53 cents. We don't like this right now. Maybe it holds 100. There will be some support right here with this pivot, little cluster. Right, so right there, back check, you know. So in this area, there'll be some support, but it's been weak here. And even rates being down today didn't help it. If there's anything that's going to benefit from a breakout, though, if the market holds up, it's this. Look at VNQ. It's just ignoring this sell. So if this can ever bust through this area, it's got some upside to it. But you know, like TikTok, you know, longer it takes, the more likely it could be to roll over. Does that make sense? But this has got a base now. If that breaks up, so ironically, VNQ is strong here, even as XHB is weak. XLF up 22 cents, positive for bulls for sure. But JPM, like kind of the big three, was down. JPM, Morgan, and Goldman. Goldman managed to finish out a small gain, but not the greatest. Little tail candle there on JPM. So bank's not in the worst shape, believe it or not. I mean, KRE down 45 cents, but it's not like it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like it got completely destroyed. Broker dealers down too, but still very, very strong. Oil market today up 45 cents, gap down. Again, I still don't love anything about the pattern. I don't think there's any. Don't really see much there. XLE up 2 cents. Again, kind of some risk off names. Exxon held up well. You know, like I said, healthcare names, consumer staples held up well. That makes sense in a tape where there's a lot of uncertainty. XOP down 49 and YH down $1.32. Nothing to do with those right now. CCJ testing 42, came all the way back down. Got to that 42 handle. That was an old point of control. Yeah, it was a breakup bar low. So point of control, big point of control in this area. See if I can hold that. And then you got URNM, new 52-week close. URNJ right at new 52-week as well. Dukes down here too, so a lot of air coming out of these high flyers. Nat gas new contract, that gap down, it came off the lows, down 3%. We'll see what this wants to do here. Could still try to go to 5. There's not really a lot of supply on the J contract above it, right? When you look at the continuous, or when you looked at the H, it was a lot different, right? A lot of supply here. J, not so much. So just gonna try for that. We'll see if it happens. Dollar getting a bounce off the 100 MA. So that can get a little bit of support, and bulls can rustle some control back if they get back above 107. Also, just kind of noticing here, maybe starting to put kind of like an immature falling wedge in play here. So keep an eye for that. Gold held up today, risk off. That's still going higher. Silver was down, but nothing broken with it. And then platinum and palladium, good exit last week for me, getting out of that. My gains, taking my bag and running. So PA down 5% there. Copper here retesting the 20. That might get a little bit. That might get a little bit there. And here's a positive here for bulls too. Even though Bitcoin was down, it wasn't down a ton. Although it's been tight here. Volatility is definitely coming in this. It's definitely coming soon. Starting to dip down here. ETH down 6%. So this is gonna break bull or bear here soon. This is really tight. Watch the weekly. This is still in a bull configuration here. So anyway, we'll see what we get tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do too much. I think tomorrow will be a little bit more of a range day, honestly. But yeah, I mean, like, this was kind of easy to see. the fact that we gapped higher, that was kind of like the signal that we were probably going to see a fade later in the day. I mean, everybody tried buying the, it worked the last three times on Monday, right? So it makes sense everybody's going to try and buy it, and they did a nice job of spiking the low, giving you that dip buy, like, oh, this is going to be it. We're going to go right back up to 610, and yeah, they just rolled it right down. So we'll see what we get tomorrow, but I'm not expecting a ton of volatility tomorrow. Well, in intraday volatility, but I don't think we're going to have major breakdowns or anything until unless there's some news or something that happens over the weekend or over the night. But anyway, I'll wrap it up here. Okay. You guys take care. Don't forget to come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.